Hi, I've been a piano player for most of my life, and this is the piano that, well, okay, one of the pianos that I play. Except, well, I haven't been playing this one that much lately because this one has a slight problem. My apologies for cutting that clip so short because I have to deal with stupid copyright stuff. But yeah, it sounds terrible, unless you don't have an ear for pitch like I do. And because it sounds terrible, I don't like playing this a lot. And that's a shame because this is the most mechanical solution we have to a piano in this house. Everything else is a bunch of keyboards. So you know what? I had enough. It's time that I finally tune this thing. So if I recall, I think the tuning wrench is right under this bench, and so I'm going to pull that out, tear this thing apart, and start tuning this thing note for note. And some of these notes have 3 strings. This will be fun. Alright, now that the top of the piano is cleared, we can now open it up. And there's all the lovely strings that actually make the noise. A lot of people are actually confused because they hear the piano is a percussion instrument and yet there's strings in it, or sometimes it's the other way around where they hear that, well, it's got strings in it, but somehow it's classified as percussion. If I zoom in a little further on this, you might see that this thing has all sorts of different hammers in here. These hammers are what hits the strings, and because of that action going on, that's how this has ended up classified as a percussion instrument. So alright, yes, it's the strings that make all the noise, but the thing is, these strings, just like any other stringed instrument, or any instrument, period, that's fully analog and mechanical, these things can go out of tune. Which means every now and again, usually twice a year due to humidity changes and climate changes and all that, usually it's around twice a year you actually need to go through and retune your piano. To do that, we have this here handy dandy piano tuning wrench. And how does that work? Well, if I zoom in on the camera again, you might have noticed, oh jeez, I almost fell off the bench. You might have noticed all of these different knobs here that the strings are attached to. Well, these knobs can twist by the help of this here wrench. And how do we know if a note's in tune or not? Well, this is where a secondary handy smartphone comes in. All you need to do is just download a tuner app that can actually measure pitch and frequencies and such. Hope that your room is quiet enough to not distort anything. Thankfully, I am the only one here in this house, so doesn't cause much me of a problem. And the app that I use in particular is simply called Tuner Lite. It's just a free app you can get from the App Store, though do note this is an iPhone exclusive app. So if you want to use this specific tuner app, this is exclusive to iPhone. If you have an Android, you're gonna have to find something else. But effectively, it functions as a simple tuner. It just tells you the note that it thinks it's hearing. It tells you whether it's in or out of tune and by how much. And if you want to have it play a certain tone, like you're trying to tune an instrument to it, all you have to do is turn on the note in the first place, turn up the volume of your phone, and there's your note that you can tune to. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. I mean, I could tune this thing by ear, but I'd rather have the device do all the work for me. So, without further ado, let's turn on the tuner and get to work. To my surprise, these low notes are actually pretty decently in tune. Though because of all the different harmonics in here, it will confuse the tuner. But yes, I have to go through each individual note, and once I get done with the bass notes, I then have to move to the treble notes, and the treble notes actually have 3 strings per key. It takes some time to tune this thing. There we go. That's starting to measure something, and that one is a little flat. So what we need to do is we need to use our tuner wrench and adjust the knob accordingly. In this case, because we're flat, we want to pull on the string, get it tighter. Just need to remember which one it is. This one, so it's this top one, so I'm going to want to pull in on that just a bit. Oh, this is where we get into two-string territory. All right, so we're done with our single strings. Now we're getting into two-string territory. If I recall, I have something in here that can mute my strings, which would be really helpful. Ah, yes, this felt. Why is felt helpful? Well, it helps mute strings that you don't want playing. So if I stick my piece of felt in between a couple of strings. E's on the border, but I'll call that fine. Sounding better already. We've tuned about 2 octaves so far, and we're still not done with the bass notes. Oh, we are sounding so much better already. And now we get to move on to the 3-stringed notes, which is literally everything after that. Until we get to the top frequencies, those get to a point where my microphone can't detect it, and then, well, I don't exactly know how to tune those notes, except by ear. So all right, on to the 3-string notes. Oops, it appeared my camera died. Sorry. But the piano's tuned. Unfortunately, the microphone really can't tell all the high notes, so I had to tune them by ear. Best I could. But either way, sounds a heck of a lot better than it did before. Bottom notes are still a bit, but that's because I tuned them by ear too. But yeah, the piano's very much playable again. Lovely. Thanks for watching.